Welcome to Friends of Dorothy Retro-Spectives and a once-in-a-generation voice. And she was homegrown. It is Renee, Geyer, and it is with huge excitement, some sadness and anticipation as I deep dive into her music and my association with it and with the great lady herself. This is going to be tightly scripted as I don't trust myself not to gush or to go off on tangents. So here we go. It is just over 50 years ago that I first heard this extraordinary singer, and this was the song and version that launched my love affair with her and her music.
Since I was a small girl, I've always been alone, trying so hard to find someone I could call my own. The people that I looked at were always choosing three, always on the outside, nobody wanted me. Different from the rest, never tried to hurt me like so many men before. You made me feel important, something special in your eyes, knowing that you care for me has made me come alive. Now that you are here, changes all around me. They're gonna wipe away my tears. No more pain and heartache, no more sleepless nights. We're gonna stay together for the rest of our lives. Don't you know I'm heading in the right direction? Your loving and affection, I will give my all around you, baby, way to your heart. Put your arms in the right direction. Come on, baby. Your loving and affection, I
Heading in the Right Direction was a Mark Punch, Gary Page composition and was recorded first by a soul outfit called the Johnny Rocco Band. And they do a lovely job, but in Renee's hands it is bluesy, soulful, swampy, sexy and just superb. 4 minutes of fabulosity. It is also the first single bearing her name to crack the top 40. I shall return to her signature hit, which was a little earlier, later, but heading in the right direction. May have only peaked at 31 nationally, but it spent 5 months on the charts and let the industry and audiences know that Renee Geyer had arrived. A re-recorded, vibier R&B take on it was recorded in 1977, and I love that version even more. It is a national treasure. The advent of Countdown in late 1974 was a revolution for the music industry, for television, and for this then 10-year-old boy, a pop culture vulture, hungry and receptive. It was a year into that seminal TV show that Renee's song was played, and I was hooked. I had heard of her, thanks to a family event, a bar mitzvah of all things, a Jewish boy's rite of passage. And it was my first cousin, a year older than I, who was going to use a caterer with the surname Geyer. Of course, I had to ask my mum, was she related? And to my delight, she informed me Renee was the caterer's daughter. So, not only did I have a new pop star to idolise, but she was one of us, and local. That was a wonderful head spinner for me. It was an eternity, 18 months, until another song by my new goddess arrived, and it did not disappoint.
Walking proudly by your side, I could not see you were deceiving me. How could I be so blind to all the reasons why they just stare and whisper? Wherever I go, they just stare and whisper. Now everyone knows that the dream I thought I had found has come tumbling down. I found her picture that she safely tucked away. There was no need to explain or to question you. It was written clearly on your face that you love her more and more than you did. Oh, wherever I go, they just stare and whisper. Now everyone knows that the dream I thought I had found has come tumbling
Stares and Whispers was a sizable success for Renee in the middle of 1977, reaching number 17, and the long play it was lifted from, Moving Along, went gold, her most successful outing thus far, her fifth in as many years. Interestingly, Renee never liked the song and would refuse to sing it when requested. I think she felt it was a little beneath her and just too kind of poppy and wispy. Fame, huh? A contradictory experience for some, and for Renee, it brought conflict, both inner and with the industry. She was starting to get a bit of a reputation. Music writers did not like her attitude. But I loved her anyway. One of the very first cassette tapes I bought was Moving Along, and I actually have no idea how that poor baby survived. I played it to near death. It may have only had 8 tracks on it, but they were all sensational. It remains one of my all-time most beloved long players. Here is a kick-ass selection from it.
Got me
Tender Hooks. I used to dance and stomp around my bedroom to that funky joint. The whole album was recorded and produced in Los Angeles using musicians that had worked on Stevie Wonder albums. So Renee was in great company, as she should, only the finest for a voice like hers. Despite radio quickly latching on to a couple of the preview singles, the record label wouldn't put a picture of her on the sleeve as they were concerned that black radio would not play it if they saw what Renee herself described as her big pink face with wet hair on it. In 1977, the music industry was very genre strict, especially in the United States. And Renee was hard to classify, especially as what you heard was not what you saw. Many industry figures insisted she was coloured, but Renee insisted that her face go on the record cover. But as predicted, it was not picked up. A huge mistake on every level. Her voice was otherworldly, and the tracks were exquisitely produced. Renee learned a tough lesson and suffered a disappointment that was hard to get over. I don't think she ever did. A follow-up was recorded in America the next year, but Renee didn't like the results and insisted on returning to Australia to remix the tracks. But the opus, ironically called Winner, was anything but, and a pair of singles sank virtually without trace. Renee then moved away from R&B on her next outing, Blues License, which was critically acclaimed and just narrowly missed the top 40 album chart. 1980 rolled around and new wave and fusion were everywhere. And this is how Renee Geyer responded. Hot Minutes is one thumper of a record, rock to its bootlaces. and I went out and bought the single as soon as it was released. But it didn't even crack the top 100, despite her appearing as she did regularly on Countdown to promote it. What did this girl have to do to score a hit single? Well, thankfully this next selection answers that question. Say I Love You. Finally, after a decade of trying every which way to get a hit record, this Eddie Grant song provided Renee with a top 5 gold-selling single nationally. It was mid-1981, and the festive track, despite having not a whole lot of Renee front and centre vocally, it kind of buried her voice underneath the production and its cheesy refrains, but it found its audience. Go figure. Having traversed pop, R&B, soul, rock, jazz and blues, it took that cheery romp to finally bring Renee Geyer to the upper echelons. A new album was recorded, again in America, but this time using a pop rock backing band called The Bump, who were at the same time working with Bonnie Raitt, a singer who was also at a crossroads in terms of genre and success. She too had been kicking around since the early 1970s, waiting for her breakthrough. The two became friends, appeared on one another's recordings, and the sound was just brilliant on both their albums. Evidence here on this fabulous piece of fusion. So Lucky was also the title of the album. And whilst luck played no part in her success, in fact, probably the opposite, the hard-headed decisions and a prickly attitude became somewhat synonymous with the way Renee was perceived, but also admired and a little feared. If anything, bad luck, perhaps, plagued her checkered career. Arguably the greatest female singer Australia ever made, who didn't make it on the world stage. It was a crime that she did not. Here is another spellbinding example of Renee's greatness from that 1982 opus.
Did you ever know what it is to be hurt? Did you ever feel just like dirt? Did you ever give up all of your pride just to have him by your side? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you don't know nothing, nothing. You don't know nothing about love. When the nighttime comes, do your tears fall like rain? And in the morning light, does it start all over again? Do you get down on your knees and pray? He'll never, never, ever go away. If you don't know what I'm talking about, so you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. Nothing about love. Well, don't try to tell me that I'm out of my mind. 'Cause wherever the boy goes, I'll be right behind. Yeah, yeah. One day, my friend, it's gonna be your turn. He's gonna like your face. I know it's gonna burn. When it's turned you inside out, then, only then, will you know what it's talking about. Till that day comes along, till that day comes along, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. No, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. Nothing about love.
You Don't Know Nothing About Love was a cover of a 60s bluesy composition. In Renee's hands, pure magic. I'm unsure what happened with the release of the American version of So Lucky. I do know it was retitled Renee Geyer, had new artwork and a different track order. My take, other than how perennially tough it is to break into the US market, is that Renee's sound was always shifting and hard to pigeonhole. a blessing and a curse. A versatile singer, like none other, but also not a marketer's dream, for all the reasons I've stated earlier. If Renee was singing today, genre would be damned. Look at Amy Winehouse, Adele, Dua Lipa, all march or sing to their own beats and drums. Sorry for the mixed metaphors. But even after Say I Love You and its follow-up single, Do You Know What I Mean, which also gifted Renee with another hit, success was not to be sustained. And despite a live album and a greatest hits LP, both released in 1983, Renee was kind of back on struggle street, sales-wise. The live album did okay, and there was a single on it, which was a duet with Glenn Shorrock, but neither album or that single really did much for her. Some would say she was more an albums artist anyway, with her long players exploring all the genres, and then some. As a singles artist, she did score a handful of hits, but not proportionate, in my humble opinion, to the exposure she received, and certainly not her immense talent. Renee, however, was always revered as a live performer. My retrospective focus on Renee will come to an end, as all the others in these two series have, in the mid-1980s, and a huge decision that the singer made. That was one of the last singles Renee released before she decided to relocate to America, this time for good, to have another stab at success in the land of the Holy Grail. Every Day of the Week blasts me back to 1985, which was one of the most devastating for me on a personal level, but I'm not going to go into that now. But about Renee, it was hard to see her change labels. She left Mushroom after supporting her for a number of years, making synth pop records that didn't really suit her majestic voice, and then to read about her departure. We were losing her. What I can say succinctly, or try, is that while Renee Geyer didn't become a superstar in the United States, she did toil away for 9 years and collaborated with legends like Sting, Shaka Khan and Neil Diamond, among others. Ultimately, the Australian singer missed home, and so in the mid-90s she returned here for good. I got to meet my idol in 1999 when I approached her, kind of cold, to appear as a guest on a talk show I was producing. I wrote to her management via a letter, handwritten, that outlined how huge a fan I'd been since childhood, and that I felt her story and her personality would be great for my program. A few days later, I was in the car and my mobile rang. It was Renee Geyer. Renee Geyer. She had a very smoky voice. That sounds a bit Marge Simpson, but anyway. My icon, my goddess, was on the phone talking to me. We met up, and then she came on my show, and we stayed in touch for a few years. I visited her in Melbourne. She invited me for tea in her home. It was amazing. I felt so lucky to have had the many opportunities to get to know this idol of mine. There's a lot I could say about Renee in her final years, but I won't. They say never meet your idols, for fear it will disappoint. She did not. Renee continued to record. Again, genres are plenty. Indie rock, pop, torch, standards and funk. And also toured constantly. This lady was born to perform and always was a tour de force when she did entertain. So I was deeply saddened in early 2023 to hear that Renee Geyer passed away at the age of 69 after having complications from surgery. My own dear mother was in her final weeks at that same time, and my grief had to be cordoned off. But I knew that losing a singer I adored for half a century, and my own mum, who was the most important person in my life, was almost too much to bear. Grief has been very difficult, but we all experience it and we all endure it. I've thrown myself into my creativity, and I'm thankful for the opportunities I've made, as well as the circumstances surrounding these endeavours. Honouring the artists I have loved is a great way to channel pain through respect and through music. Ever the healer. Before I sign off from this series of retrospectives and this very personal and revelatory instalment, I want to thank all the listeners, both on radio and via streaming platforms, for their enthusiasm and support. I may or may not venture into a third season of these musical podcasts. Watch the space, or listen to it anyway. But I will end this one with the song that really launched Renee Geyer, and best shows what an extraordinary talent she was. She recorded this song at just 21 years of age. It is a classic. It is a cover, but Renee owns it. Then, now, and forevermore. Thank you for listening. Please shine on out there in podcast land.
out of the dark. Man made the boat for the water, like Noah made the ark. This is a man's world, but it would be nothing without a woman or a girl. Man thinks about a little baby girl and a baby boy. Man makes him happy, 'cause man made them toys. And after everything, man made everything he can. You know that man make money to buy from another man. This is a man's world, but it would be nothing without a woman or a girl. No. He's lost in the wilderness. He's lost in bitterness. Lord have mercy. This is a man's world. This is a man's world, but it would be nothing without a woman. This is a man's world.
I've been David Rector, and this is Friends of Dorothy Retrospectives, and the copyright is 2025.